this city, I'm important.
My friends will miss me if I'm gone. I'm like the funniest person in the school.
Young voices from different parts of our city, but all with the same message.
London needs me alive.
London needs me alive.
London needs me alive.
After a year of more stabbings, this is the mayor's attempt to get teenagers to think twice before reaching for a blade.
So I don't carry a knife.
The plea is that London desperately needs their talents.
Remember, London needs you alive. Your talent is needed. Your brain is needed. Your intelligence is needed.
Yes, I'm me, who make my money. Yes, I'm me, I said who made my glasses. Go cheese.
The musician Bossman Birdie used to carry a knife growing up in Tottenham. He then spent time in prison for making a threat to kill. Now, City Hall have signed him up for their anti-knife campaign.
Good.
For me, it's a complete waste of life, and it's a waste of this beautiful city that we are occupants of, London. You know what I mean? When you're going around carrying a knife, you know, you're giving away your opportunity to become something crazy.
3, 2, 1.
This morning in Brixton, Sadiq Khan met children who've been posting online, explaining why their lives are valuable. It's a campaign backed by London rappers, bloggers and musicians. It's hoped their status on social media will help the message get through.
This is what I've been talking about.
Look, we've got to do all that we can to address the issue of knife crime, which is rising across the country, not just in London. This is part of a package of measures, along with schools playing their part, along with the police playing their part, along with parents, civic leaders, youth leaders. All of us have a role to play in making sure we address the issue of knife crime.
Yeah.
Yvonne Lawson's teenage son, Godwin, was stabbed to death 7 years ago. What does she make of the campaign?
It can make a slight difference for the younger generation, the cohorts, the under 16s. Whether it can make a huge difference to the young people that are already engrossed in criminality, that's yet to be proven.
This positive message may well get through to some kids in London, but there's no doubt it will also be competing with many other negative messages.
Of course.
Online. We're talking about videos, music, which glorify violence, intensify gang rivalry, and lead to more knife crime. For 8 months this year, YouTube refused the Met Police's request to take down these 4 videos.
See?
Now they've relented, apart from this one, still up today, which Scotland Yard claims is encouraging stabbings. Bossman Birdie simply sees these videos as a waste of time.
Yeah, well, you used to
sit there and write these lyrics, thinking of metaphors, you know, thinking of rhyming schemes, to basically make something that is not
negative
purposely. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, well, you contributed to that, but praise God, you're changing.
So, social media videos, a force for good and bad. In this case, they hope it will save lives. Nick Beak, BBC London News.
So just how bad is knife crime in London at the moment, and what is behind that rise? Well, our reporter Tolu Adeoye has been going through this, and for us, Tolu.
Yes, that's right. These are the faces of the 16 teenagers stabbed to death in London this year. Knife crime has risen by 31% in the capital in the last year, the biggest increase in the UK. Now, the latest teenager to be killed was 17-year-old Michael Jonas. His father said he'd hoped one day to become a mechanical engineer. He's warned that anyone could be a victim.
Presently, right now, in and around London here, you don't have to be a rude boy, you don't have to be in gang, you don't have to be, you know, among certain people for some things to reach you. People might tend to want to stereotype, because you would think like it's only bad boy that stop. No, it doesn't have to. Our innocent kids are dying.
So why is knife crime rising? Well, perhaps surprisingly, last year the Met revealed the overwhelming majority of young people who carry knives are not gang members. Just 20% of stabbings are linked to them. Well, St Giles Trust, which works with attackers and victims, says there's been a shift in culture among young people and more resources must be invested to help turn the tide.
Young people feel in fear, so they're turning to carrying knives, carrying weapons. There's a whole glamorisation of that which is happening across social media as well. Equally, so there's cutbacks in services that were really important, grassroots services such as community centres, youth organisations that would keep the young people safe.
So what about police tactics? We know the use of stop and search was curbed under the former Police Commissioner Sir Bernard Hogan-Howe, and subsequently knife crime rose. Well, one expert has told us stop and search is an essential tactic, but it must be used strategically.
Rather than targeting a whole lot of very scared kids, you need those kids on board to tell you who you ought to be targeting. Then it's not nearly as resource intensive. The police can't afford to throw lots of police out on the streets dangerously searching people, even if it was going to do any good. They need an intelligent approach to focusing their search operations on that hardcore of individuals who are prepared to use offensive weapons to terrorise and cause serious damage.
Well, the Met say they are now using more stop and search and in a more sensitive and intelligent way, including carrying out monthly weapon sweeps. But they say they can't and won't arrest their way out of this problem. Knife crime is proving to be a far bigger societal challenge.
Tolly, thank you. Now, if
Wow.
your intention was to intimidate us, the effect is
There it is.
to bring us closer together. That's been the response of those
I'm trying not to put my
who
face on this because I'm in a onesie right now.